And as I was there marching and standing on that bridge, and Reverend Sharpton was there, and others who had participated, I thought about how I had been inspired by those young people when I was a young person. I thought about how the reason I had ended up traveling to Chicago was because of the actions that they had taken. I thought about how each of us, generation after generation, pass on this idea of a better America. And when I got back to Washington, some people patted me on the back, Reverend, and they said to me, you know, that was a nice speech you gave, and that was a wonderful celebration of African American history. And I had to explain to them, no, you don't understand, that was a celebration of American history. Because at every juncture in American history, that's how changes happen. Because ordinary people were willing to imagine not just the world as it is, not just complain about what was taking place, but also were able to imagine something better. That's how it has happened each and every time. That's how this country started, because a group of patriots decided we're going to start a new kind of government of and by and for the people. And we don't believe in taxation without representation. That's how we got rid of the scourge of slavery, because a group of abolitionists decided to stand together and said to themselves, you know what, we do not believe that it is appropriate to have a Declaration of Independence saying all men is created equal at the same time as we've got our fellow men and fellow women in chains and shackles. That's how women decided that they were going to get the right to vote. I know one day a woman was sitting across the kitchen table, and she looked at her husband and she said to herself, you know what, I'm smarter than him. I don't know why he's got the right to vote. And she started talking to her friends, and they all started marching and organizing and mobilizing until women got the right to vote and became full partners in this process of freedom. That is the way that the civil rights movement perfected our union. That's how workers mobilized into unions, because they knew that unless they came together, they'd never get a minimum wage or a 40-hour work week or overtime pay. Every juncture, it's been because of you. And so let me just close by saying this. I am confident in my capacity to lead this country. I believe that I can transform how America sees itself, and I believe I can transform how the world sees America. I believe that I have the experience, not just in Washington. Folks talk about experience in Washington. Well, I've been in Washington long enough to know it needs to change, but I've got the experience. I've got the experience of working in impoverished communities and know the hopes and dreams and aspirations of those people. When I talk about changing our foreign policy, I've got the experience of standing in my father's village and talking to my grandmother and listening to her stories about all the people who died of AIDS and malaria. I've got the experience of fighting on behalf of folks who needed somebody to fight for them. And so I'm confident about my ability to lead, but I can't lead by myself. I can't change America by myself. I'm going to need all of you to be involved. This campaign has to be a vehicle for your hopes and for your dreams. And if it becomes a vehicle for that movement for change, then it can't be stopped. If it becomes a vehicle where all of you decide that we are going to have health care for every child, we will have health care for every child, and we will turn the page. If all of you decide that we're going to have an education system that works for every child, then I guarantee you that we will have education for every child. We will turn the page. I sense all across America a desire for something new, a desire to turn the page, a desire to write a new chapter in American history. And if I have all of you working with me, then I guarantee you that not only will we win this election, but we are also going to transform America. Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.